Western Mass News is your school authority. Local educators are speaking out following the open listening sessions held at several local schools last night. Today is the day that school districts must submit their preliminary models for returning to school this fall in the midst of the pandemic. During listening sessions with families, schools discussed the possibility of full reopening, hybrid and remote models. Western Mass News reporter Audrey Russo joins us live in Springfield with more. Audrey?
School officials from Springfield, Southwick, Granville, Tolland, and Agawam presented these preliminary plans at these virtual listening meetings. And several parents voiced their concerns and their desire to see the kids return to the classrooms come September. Meanwhile, teachers that I spoke with say that they're more in favor of a fully remote model.
Trying to carry out these services by myself, through the computer is almost impossible.
Parents at Agawam's virtual school reopening meeting expressing a multitude of opinions when it comes to sending their children back to school during COVID-19.
Numbers were very fudged and unrealistic.
Southwick, Granville, Tolland, and Springfield school officials appearing to be against a fully in-person method of instruction. The former encouraging parents that they can choose between fully remote and hybrid. Schools had to prepare all three preliminary models to submit to the state this week. The Massachusetts Teachers Association voicing their choice, supporting a fully remote start to the year.
There's concern about having adequate and appropriate PPE for both students and staff.
Maureen Colgan-Posner is the president of the association's Springfield chapter. She says the district's size and age of the buildings would not stop the spread of the virus, even with social distancing and mask efforts.
Whether it's because it's old and it has no true ventilation system, or if it's a newer building, we still need to make sure that the air quality in those buildings meet the guidelines.
Western Mass News heard from other educators from another district who asked that we not identify them. One, citing care of elderly relatives, said, quote, "Teachers are being told to return or quit by the school committee. This is openly hostile to teachers. Many of us are now feeling like we have no options, no security, and we'll still have to risk our own health as well as that of our loved ones." Another teacher fearing even a hybrid situation, that young students will still struggle with basic hygiene, saying, quote, "The problem is that this year, forgetting to wash their hands or cover their mouths could mean someone loses their life." And the deadline for these schools, again, to submit their preliminary plans to the state was today. They'll have to submit their final plans by August 10th. Springfield school officials say they'll vote and make their final decision on August 6th. And that district as well is allowing people to keep their kids fully remote if that's what they want to choose for their child come September. Live in Springfield, Audrey Russo for Western Mass News.